back to my channel. My name is Reagan, and in today's video we are finally going to be doing my bookshelf tour for 2024. This has truly been a long time coming because I've had this channel for a while and never have been able to film a bookshelf tour, and now I finally feel like I have my dream shelves. I am like in a new spot and the books are all organized, and I feel like I have found a system that finally works for me. So I will say that I am using the Nathan James Theo bookshelves. They did very kindly send these bookshelves to me, and I am just so grateful because I was literally having FOMO because all of my friends have these exact shelves and I have just been obsessing over them for the longest time. They are just like my perfect shelves. I will also leave a link to the exact shelves that I have down below. I want to make it easier for you guys and just give the exact link to the shelves that I have so that you guys can go get them as well, because I'm obsessed with these shelves. Like, they are fantastic. Absolutely obsessed. So without further ado, let's get on into the bookshelf tour. Here is also like a little overview of the sides. I love that there's no back and that there is like this rod on the end because it just feels really open to me. Okay, so we can start with this shelf up here. This is my thriller shelf with a few extras added in. So like Where the Crawdads Sing, Upgrade, and When We Were Bright and Beautiful. Those are all kind of like lit fic, sci-fi. They just didn't really have a place. These, however, are all thrillers. I love a good thriller, specifically A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham and The Family Game by Catherine Steadman are two of my favorite thrillers, so I definitely recommend those. And then we have my special edition of Dune, and she is looking so beautiful. She has the sprayed edges, and I just love this copy, so I wanted to have it out on display. So she's just kind of there. And then if we go down to the next shelf, this is kind of lit fic. And I do organize my shelves by genre. That is how I prefer to do things. So this is all like lit fic, all lit fic. And then this book is kind of just here because I wanted to like really display it. But this is like my favorite show of all time. So anyways, I just have this book that I just wanted to display. So she's just kind of living right there for now, but I love this shelf. I definitely don't read as much lit fic as I need to because obviously I have a lot on my shelves, but I haven't gotten around to a lot of them. So that is definitely a high priority, although please read Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler if you haven't already. This book is so fantastic. If you like normal people and you like Sally Rooney, definitely give this book a try because I have been pressuring all my friends to read this book because I'm just obsessed with it. Okay, and the next shelf down, we have a romance. So I tried to organize this by author. So I have a hardcover copy of Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, which I got from Aardvark Book Club. And then obviously I have Sarah Adams books. I have Abby Jimenez, Tessa Bailey, Ashley Poston, Ali Hazelwood, of course, Elsie Silver, and the Chestnut Spring series. I have this little mason jar with just a bunch of my bookmarks that I like to have on hand. And then I have Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Love and Other Words, Addicted to You, and My Roommate is a Vampire. So this last part is just kind of some standalones that didn't really have anywhere to fit, but that's okay. I love this shelf so much. I love these authors. I love romance. So this is definitely one of my favorites. And then one down from that is just some romance overflow. And then obviously my Magnolia Parks Shrine, which I do have the Magnolia Parks indie versions because those are my original copies. I read the indie copies like over a year ago and I'm obsessed with them. And then obviously I have the new covers as well. Plus, of course, the star of the show, Into the Dark. But these are just some extra. I have read some of them. I really haven't read a lot of them though in this section. That's kind of the overflow of my romance. I definitely have more fantasy than anything. So you will see that in a second that there is just a lot of fantasy. Okay, and coming down to the bottom here, I would say that this is just kind of a array of things. We have classics. We have A Little Life, which is technically lit fic, but like, I don't know. I just kind of grouped it with this because I didn't have room on the lit fic shelf, so she's just kind of hanging out there. And then I have historical fiction, just the small amount of historical fiction that I have / like Greek mythology. And then on the end over here, I have 2 manga, and then of course my Taylor Swift Golden Book, which I'm obsessed with. I think this is the cutest thing ever. So she definitely had to go on the shelves. Underneath the shelves, I like ran out of room. So this is just kind of some overflow. This is a stack of books that I need to sell and put on Pango. And this is some overflow from the nonfiction part of my shelves. So that's just kind of what that is if you were curious. Also, really quick before we move on to the second shelf, I have tons of series like my Harry Potter series and Percy Jackson and things like that. And those are actually in my room. I have a little entertainment center with a bunch of my favorite series on there. So I will show you guys that at the end. So if you were just wondering like where are my Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, V.E. Schwab kind of series, that's where they are. So this shelf is just trying to be a lot of standalones if it can be. Obviously there's some series here and there, but my big favorite series are in my room on the entertainment center. Moving on to the next shelf, obviously we have my Throne of Glass collection. These are my OG covers. I'm glad that I have the originals because I just really love how they look on the shelves. And then obviously I have my Carissa Broadbent section. So we have obviously the Serpent and the Wings of Night duology and then the War of Lost Hearts trilogy, which I haven't started this yet, but I've read the other ones. But I'm very excited to keep reading that. But I love this shelf. I think that this is just chef's kiss. We love it. And then next shelf down is also just kind of a mixture of things. I had some romance bleed over, so obviously this is my Emily Henry collection, which let me just show you that Happy Place is signed. I will literally never be giving this away. I'm so obsessed with it. I was so excited to get a signed copy, so that will always be my possession. Obviously, I have the rest of her books plus the UK cover of Beach Read. And then I have the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. This is also the indie published version, but I love this series. I still need to read this last one, but every other book is so much fun. It's like a mafia romance series. Obviously, I have Normal People, like my literal holy grail, favorite book of all time. So I have the original Normal People, and then this is the Scripts, which is just a beautiful cover, and I just like can't get over how pretty it is. But yeah, it's exactly what it says it is. It's just the Scripts from the Hulu series. And then we start into the fantasy section. So this is just kind of a mixture of fantasy. This is one of my favorite cozy fantasies of all time. Definitely pick this up. It is just so heartwarming and sweet and fun. This is also another one of my favorite Kindle Unlimited fantasies, which I never see people talking about, but I absolutely love it. And then we obviously have the first two books in the Shatter Me series. Okay, so the shelf below that is more fantasy, and this is another one that obviously the authors are kind of together over here and authors are kind of together on this fantasy shelf. So we have a graphic novel by V.E. Schwab, Powerless. Fourth wing, we have the Letters of Enchantment duology, and then some V.E. Schwab books. This is actually the Cruel Prince trilogy that my sweet friend Elizabeth, she does sprayed edges on Etsy, and so she sent me these sprayed edges from the Cruel Prince trilogy, so I will also link her Etsy down below. Then I also have Vicious and Vengeful, and then the Inheritance Games / Brothers Hawthorne. And then this shelf is some more fantasy, so we have Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, we have Legends and Lattes, Dance of Thieves, we have two Olivia Blake books. This is one of my favorite fantasies of all time. If you haven't read this, please go read it. It is so fantastic, and I just, like literally no notes. I love it so much. And then this is some more fantasy over here. So we have Trial of the Sun Queen, A Dowry of Blood, Priory of the Orange Tree, Never, and Babel by R.F. Kuang, which I haven't read because I'm terrified to, but it's on my shelves anyways. The last shelf on the second bookshelf is nonfiction / memoir, with the exception of the special edition House of Earth and Blood, because I just don't know where I want to put it yet. I haven't exactly found the room, so she's just kind of chilling there, so just ignore her. But we've got some memoirs, obviously Matthew Perry's, some nonfiction, and then there's some more memoirs down here, which Beautiful Boy is one of my favorite memoirs of all time. So those are kind of those. And then obviously I needed some extra space on the bottom, so I have a copy of 11/22/63, which I've read and I want to keep, but just don't really feel like I had room on the shelves. And then I have all of my counseling books because that is my master's degree. So I have all those there, nothing too exciting. Okay, so here is the TBR cart. On the top here, it's high priority. So obviously Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare, Jade City. This is a very exciting arc that I just received, which is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reed. Comes out August 6th. This is a very anticipated read for me, and I'm just so grateful that I received an arc of it. Next shelf down is also high priority. Some Six of Crows, some Caraval, 2 thrillers at the very end. And then this is the other Olivia Blake book that I have, which is Alone with You in the Ether. And then the bottom shelf, I just didn't really know what to put here. I have my original copy of House of Earth and Blood. Again, don't really know what to do with this, but I don't really want to give it away, so I don't really know what to do. And then I have the Renegades trilogy by Marissa Meyer. And then also I have A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. It is so beautiful. It has these foiled sprayed edges and I'm obsessed with it. I want to read this next, so she's just kind of chilling right there. But that is kind of it for in this book room. Okay, so now we are in my room, as you can see, and this is the like entertainment center type of thing that I have in my room with the TV, and this is where I keep all of my big series. So I will give you guys a tour of those. On the left here, we have my original paperbacks of Harry Potter. So those are the ones that I read for the first time, and they're just really special, so I keep them there. And then obviously I have my Cruel Prince trilogy with the Elfhame illustrated stories. And then the shelf below here is actually my Shades of Magic trilogy, my Percy Jackson, and then Hunger Games. This isn't the cutest shelf by any means, but you know what? It works for now. I might change it, we'll see, but that's what works for now. Then in this middle section at the very bottom, we have Michelangelo's notebooks and then also the Harry Potter film wizardry book. And then over here is my actual Harry Potter shelf. These are my hardcover editions with the Nerdy Ink dust jackets. I also have the Cursed Child up there. We have my 2 wands, which the top one is Lupin's wand, and then the bottom one is Hermione's wand. We also have some mini Funko Pops of like Draco, McGonagall, and Hagrid, and then we have my chocolate frog box back there. This Funko Pop is Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, but I just didn't know where to put him on the other shelves, so he's just kind of hanging out there for now, but I feel like that's pretty on brand for him. And then the last shelf is ACOTAR and Crescent City. Obviously, you guys know I love Crescent City series, so I have all 3 hardbacks here, and then I just feel like the coloring of the ACOTAR series looked really, really cool right here. So that's why they are there. But those are my big series on that shelf. Alrighty, friends. So that is the end of my bookshelf tour for 2024. Of course, if I ever get new books or update my system, I will of course update you guys. But this marks our first bookshelf tour on this channel, and I just couldn't be more excited. I love watching videos like this, so I hope that you guys also enjoyed. And let me know if we have any of the same books on our shelves. I'm always curious about that. But as always, my Goodreads and Instagram will be linked down below so that you can go follow me on there. And with all that to say, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.